Rolling turn 4 and down the stretch we go. Welcome into week 9 of Friday Night Lights. I'm Curtis Quilling.
And I'm Nicole Sharon. 3 weeks are left in the regular season, meaning district championships will be decided in the coming weeks, including tonight in our game of the week.
Temple and Harker Heights have played instant classics the past 2 years, with the Knights leading at the half in both of those games.
The Wildcats won the district both of those years, but now this game could even determine which bracket they go to in the playoffs.
Can Heights avenge 2 painful losses to Temple tonight at Leo Buckley Stadium? A packed house for this one. First quarter, Wildcats up 6-0, and as Dylan Blake back to pass, he finds Alexander Bailey, catch, run, strip. How on earth did Steven Jackson do that? Ensuing drive for the Cats. Big fourth down. Reese Rumfield scrambling. He's sacked. Knights hold firm. To the second half we go. Rumfield back to pass. It's tipped by a Wildcat receiver. Somehow Christian Tutson comes down with it, keeps the drive alive, sets up this, a 46-yard field goal. Yes, 46 for Mateo Lopez. It's 9-0 Cats. Begin the second half. Heights straight to Rashawn Sanford. The Houston commit held to 43 yards in the first. This is his first meaningful gain of the night. It's good for 50 yards. Heights would miss a field goal, but on the next drive, it's Blake to Tyler Johnson, 36 yards on this strike, and the Knights are knocking on the door. They're on the board. It's 9-7 at that point, and it's Heights from their 13 unanswered to win it. Harker Heights gets the monkey off its back. You know what we love?
Front row seats, Kurt. We love them.
Matt Lively had one to one of the best games of the week this season.
It was billed as one of the best game of the weeks we were going to have this year. Harker Heights has taken down Temple in Killeen. They're the winners of our 9th Game of the Week trophy. Can you tell? Can you tell they're excited? Jerry Edwards, what can you say about this group? You guys had a mission coming in. I know the district championship isn't yours yet, but the path is pretty clear.
Yeah, you know, tonight's win gave us our 4th trip to the playoffs. It gives us a really head start on the district championship and pretty much kind of locks us in to host a playoff game. So a lot on the line tonight, down 9-0 to come back out and show the resiliency and to get the win was big.
You head to that locker room down 9-0. What was the message in the locker room at halftime?
I said, you know, when you play good teams, you know, it's not going to be easy, and we're not going to give up. We're going to come out and fight every step of the way, and if you want to be champs, you know, you got to take down Temple, and so, you know, leave it all on the line, and they did.
Certainly did. Rashawn Sanford standing next to me, star running back here for Harker Heights. And, man, you have less than 50 yards rushing in the first half, and then you come out in the second half and immediately break one for 50. Did that really give you guys the confidence you needed to gel the rest of the way?
Yes, sir. You know, we know what team we are. We know we can come out. We can do whatever we want whenever the O-line blocking. You know, we couldn't do what we do without them. It starts with them. So I'm proud of them. You know, the wide receivers get out there and block. Coach called the right plays, and we coming out and we execute.
Coach talked about it after the game. You go to playoffs. You get to host playoffs now. How confident are you and your teammates behind you to get the job done this season?
We're building momentum. You know, we worked all offseason for this. You know, this is not our final destination. We still got work to do, and for us to pop out first playoff game at home, we bring the whole city out. You know, that's gonna give us a huge jump. We headed to the second round.
This is not the last we're going to see of Harker Heights. 13-9 the final here at Leo Buckley. We've got coverage until 11. Kurt, Nicole, I'll send it back to you.
And we will talk plenty about District 12-6A tonight. What a win for the Knights tonight. Coppers Cove, one of the district's so-called swing schools near the middle of the district standings. Could go either Division I or Division II as far as enrollment.
But the Bulldogs need a win tonight to save their season to this point, and with Heights and Temple in the final 2 weeks. Dogs visiting the Hutto Hippos tonight in the Austin area.
I love the dancing lights.
I do too. Look how fun that is. That's awesome. Now the quarterback takes the snap. It's fumbled, scrambled. Oh, he picks it back up, completes a 20-yard pass down the field, snags that.
Nothing like a wild snap turning into a first down.
Seriously.
Nothing on that drive, and then in the second quarter.
Pushes it through. There's a 6. There he goes.
That makes it 14-3 Hippos, all Hutto, 35-3. Midway, probably the biggest impactor in the district standings, hosting Bryan tonight in Hewitt. Opening drive for the Panthers here, and the handoff goes to Dominic Hill, gets to the right side, finds a hole, cuts back toward the middle, sheds a tackler here, right there, and then wins a foot race to the goal line. 7-0 Midway leads. First drive of the night for the Vikings. They hand it to Javalen Wade. He goes to his right, picks up the first down, all the way down to the Midway 1. Vikings knocking on the door. 2 plays later, it's Tate Allen in the Wildcat set. Scores on the keep, and we're tied at 7. All Bryan from there, 43-21 now in the 4th. We are just getting warmed up tonight on Friday Night Lights.
Up next, a historic matchup in Class 5A.
There are about 1,500 UIL football schools in the state, and this week, Nicole, exactly one game is between 2 teams, both still looking for their first win this season.
Could Chaparral get its first varsity football win tonight at home with their inaugural season finale next week at First Place Belton? While the Bobcats hosting winless Pflugerville-Connolly, which is coming off a game against those Belton Tigers. Now they take the snap right here. He runs it, pushes it through, but he's stopped at the line right there. That's a big stop for them. They take the snap again. He looks, oh, he is booking it down the sideline. Oh, and he's taken down, what is that, 20-yard line?
That's a nice little play there for the
right
Bobcats.
They get the snap again.
That's
Ooh, he
Kenneth
jukes him a little
Johnson
bit.
there.
Kenneth Johnson. He's the kid. Kenneth Johnson rides a horse.
He rides a horse, and
Yep.
that time he galloped into the end zone. I'll be here all week, folks. That is awesome. Bobcats strike first there, and it's all Chaparral tonight. Congrats to Alan Herring Co. First win in school history, 50-18. All right, last night, Killeen hosting Red Oak, looking to rebound from a heartbreaking loss to Ellison in our game of the week last week. Perfect start for Red Oak. First drive of the night, it's Jalen Robinson airing it out, finding Jairus Nicholson money. He trots into the end zone, yards after catch, maybe 15. It's 7-0 Hawks at that point. A few drives later, Robinson showing off the arm. Now it's time to show off the wheels. Hits the gas, finds the nitrous, and he's gone. No Roos get a hand on him. 14-0 very quickly there. Now it's 14-3. Roos on the goal line. The fade route to the corner. That was a lot more contact than you saw on the camera. But they pick up the flag. Josh Sadler not happy with the officials at that point, and the Hawks respond with another score. Robinson finds Nicholson again, makes a move, scores. You see where this one's going. 59-28 is your final. We still have so much ahead on Friday Night Lights. Next, we have two battles of reigning state champions.
As we go to break, let's listen to the winner of this week's Battle of the Bands. More Friday Night Lights coming up next.
Rewind to last December at AT&T Stadium in Arlington when we knew China Spring and Franklin would move up to Division I for the 2022 season.
Then when realignment came out in February, we had tonight circled when the two reigning 4A champs and the two reigning 3A champs would meet on the football field in district play. China Spring hosting Stephenville in a 1 versus 2 showdown in Class 4A, and it is the showdown we have absolutely all been waiting for. Two reigning state champs. A big-time district. Stephenville comes out hot, throws the touchdown. It is snagged in the end zone by receiver Tristan Gentry. But then China Spring answers right back. Cash McCollum throws it downfield to Jackson Battles. A big China Spring first down here. The Cougars take advantage. McCollum looks, finds Trey Hafford right down the middle for the first
Wow.
China Spring Six on the board. We got a tied ball game 7-7. The Cougars close out the first quarter. They move it up the field. Jackson battles, but he can't convert. It's not a touchdown. It's 7-7 going into the second quarter.
And this one, I think, if I heard our producer Ethan Clark right,
38-36.
38-36.
Final.
Guys, Stephenville took the lead in the commercial break before this.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk District 11 3A Division 1, a rematch between reigning state champs Franklin and Lorena at Leopard Field. 21-14 Franklin leading in the second quarter when I got out of my car, and you see Court Lowry going through the air, but it's picked off by who else? Braylon Henry near midfield, and the Leopards are in business later in the ensuing drive. Final minute before half, it's Jackson General, still first team all-name in the state, rolling to his right, looking end zone, the jump pass like Tim Tebow. Kason Taylor get the catch. We're tied at 21 at the half. But it's all Franklin in the second half, and it took until the final minute to pull away. 49-35 is your final. Still so much Friday Night Lights still ahead.
Up next, we go back to Killeen for our Game of the Week. kick it back to our game of the week, where Matt Lively is live at Leo Buckley Stadium. What's up, Matt?
Hey guys, we were talking about the defense in the pregame show. Harker Heights only allows their opponents 17 points per game. Temple jumps out to a 9-0 lead, and in the second half, it's a shutout. That Harker Heights defense came up very strong. Temple was great as well. They really limited Harker Heights in the first half, obviously shutting them out there, but then the run game for the Knights was far too strong in this second half. Rashawn Sanford and Amir Washington absolutely took over this game, and it was evident in the two scores towards the second half. 13-9 the final, and you heard Coach Jerry Edwards talking about the district championship isn't wrapped up. They still have to go play Copper's Cove next week, but they're guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. And as we've been saying, I mean, Copper's Cove, the season that they've been having, it's likely that Heights finally wins a district championship. They finally get this Temple monkey off their back of not being able to beat them. So it was a great night all around for football in Killeen, and we were here last night with Killeen High School, and now tonight with Harker Heights. It's just been a really, really nice weekend at Leo Buckley. It ends on a very high note for Jerry Edwards and his staff. So much Power 5 talent on this field, and it was really, really fun to watch. But listen, the NBC portion of this show is ending. We're going to go to our live stream. That means YouTube, Facebook, KCENTV.com. If you can access the World Wide Web, you can access the live stream. We will see you there. Thank you. I'm going to move.
diamonds are made under heat and pressure, and there will be plenty of that as we draw closer to the 2022 Texas High School Football Playoffs. Welcome into the live stream. I'm your traffic cop tonight, Curtis Quillen, alongside Nicole Sheeran for the first time in a while. Apparently, I made her mad or something, and we'll hear from Matt Lively in just a minute.
District titles will be decided in these final 3 weeks in the regular season, including tonight as our game of the week heads to 6A for the first time this season.
Temple and Harker Heights have played some instant classics the past 2 years, the Knights leading at the half in both of those.
The Wildcats won the district both of those years, but now this game could even determine which bracket they go to in the playoffs.
So, can Heights avenge 2 painful losses to Temple tonight at Leo Buckley Stadium in front of an absolutely packed house? First quarter, Wildcats up 6-0. Dylan Blake back to pass, finds Alexander Bailey, catch, run, and strip. How on earth did Steven Jackson even do that? Ensuing drive, big fourth down, and it's a sack.
Boom.
The Knights defense holds firm, as it is known to do. In the second half, it's Rumfield back to pass. The ball's tipped, and somehow Christian Tutson comes down with it. That sets up this beauty of a 46-yard field goal for Mateo Lopez. That gets the doink and the 3. Wildcats into the half, 9-0. We begin the second half. Heights goes straight to Rashawn Sanford. The Houston commit held to 43 yards in the first half. First meaningful gain of the night. It's good for 50. Heights would miss a field goal, but on the next drive, Blake, Tyler Johnson, 36 yards, and the arms are up. That's a touchdown. Knights are on the board finally in business. It's 9-7. Harker Heights gets the dub, 13-9. Well, Matt Lively is live from Leo Buckley Stadium for this one, and Matt, that's a heck of a win for Harker Heights.
Yeah, it sure is. I just watched the buses leave. Harker Heights has left Leo Buckley on the way back to their own school, and they are leaving very, very happy, taking down the Temple Wildcats, who came in on a 4-game winning streak against the Knights. So you know this one had to feel good, and we go back to last season, our game of the week. Heights Temple. That time it was played in Temple. It was a 44-34 Wildcats win. It was the blemish on Harker Heights season. They didn't win a district championship, so there was a lot of oomph going into this one. And we talked about how Harker Heights, this is probably their best team in the last 5 years. The defense is outstanding. Their rush attack is outstanding. And they put on a masterclass tonight here at Leo Buckley. 9-0. They trail heading into the locker room at half. And then it was the Rashawn Sanford show in the second. They gave him the ball, and it was over from there. It was like something switched in the Temple Wildcats' heads, and they just weren't able to defend him. And we looked at the score a week ago. They beat Hutto, very close game, and we were talking, you know, is Temple the team we think they're going to be? Coach Stuart Scott even told me, hey, I don't know if we're doing as well as I thought we were going to be doing at this point, and it showed tonight, getting shut out in the second half, and Heights just dominant second half of play. It was really impressive to watch, and I got to say my biggest takeaway is just Rashawn Sanford and how dominant of a player he is, how Houston gets an absolute steal with this kid, and he's going to be very exciting to watch at the next level. But thankfully, we're going to get to watch him over the next couple of weeks, and now in the playoffs, Harker Heights has a lot of big things coming for them. It was a very exciting game of the week here.
This is one of those where it comes down to where your stars are placed. Yes. Temple and Harker Heights, both plenty of star power, but it's a lot easier to mask your opponent's star power when they play receiver and linebacker than it is when they're quarterback and running back. And I think we saw that tonight, and Heights was able to exploit that. And so because of this game, though, I'm warning Matt so that he can do his research between now and Big Picture in 10 minutes. We're going to focus on the District 12 6A playoff picture because it's a doozy of
Matt,
one.
we've whipped out a pen and paper over here. We're getting wild with it.
I have notes.
Do your research right now.
I have notes. Matt, we'll check in with you here in a bit. All right, before last week, we thought it might be for the district championship, but then Salado blew a 14-0 lead at home against Gatesville.
Now, although the Eagles' loss takes a little bit of luster off this one, Salado could still force a 3-way tie at the top with a win, depending on what Madisonville does tonight. Eagles at Connolly, and the Cadets have won 2 straight since getting Jaylani McDonald back from injury. Now the Cadets backed up inside their own 10 to start the second half. Yeah, that won't be a problem when you've got keeper Siebely totting the rock. The week 1 player of the week takes it 93 yards to the house. The Cadets extend their lead out the gate in the third quarter, 51-21 early in the third. The Eagles would try to fight back, though, all right? They're like, we got to do something here.
No celebration from Sibley after a big run like that.
All right, the quarterback, Luke Law, stumbles into the end zone for that score, and that would make it 51-28 Cadets. But it was the Sibley show all night long. Sibley takes the handoff again, and he's going to score again. That would be his seventh touchdown of the game. And Oklahoma was in the house. OSU guys, I'd say they were impressed, to say the least.
OU, don't get us confused, please.
Oh, I'm so sorry. OU, so sorry, cannot get them confused. Cadets take the win with this one, 58-35, and our own Darren Wallace was there.
Hey guys, Connolly grabbed a 29-point halftime lead, and they never looked back in this one, winning 58-35 over Salado thanks to Kiefer Sibley's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, count them, 7 touchdowns tonight. I had naturally had to catch up with him after the game to ask him just how he did it and how they're hoping to secure the district championship next week against Madisonville.
Next week's gonna be a tough game, and we looking to come out with the dub, be 2023 district champions this year, so I'm looking forward to it. This is first of many games. I still got a whole nother year, so be looking forward to that.
Bear in mind, guys, he's only a junior, so yes, we've got yet another season of Kiefer Sibley coming to Central Texas next season. But for right now, the back and the team are focused on Madisonville and trying to bring home a district title in 2022. For now, from Mac Peoples Stadium, I'm Darren Wallace. Back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, now let's talk 3A. It's one of the absolute best rivalries in Texas high school football, and this week it's up against 3 other staunch matchups.
Yeah, that's why it's not our game of the week. It's the Battle of the Bell. Cameron Yell, Rockdale, 2 towns 10 minutes apart that have both won a state championship in the past decade. The past 2 battles, though, have been blowouts. Can the Yeomen hold on to the Bell tonight at home, hosting the Fighting Tigers from Rockdale, Texas? Rockdale with the rock here. And it's Bladen Barchak finding Tim Grice in the flat, and he is gone. Nobody's going to catch him. Tigers strike first, and it's 7-0 just like that. But back come the Yeomen, and they are knocking on the door. Armando Reyes, after this crowd shot, is going to fight his way into the end zone, takes the handoff right up the gut, breaks a few tackles, crosses the goal line, 7-7 at that point. More Cameron Yo later in this one after the celebration. Big night for the Battle of the Bell, and it's Braylon Drake. Hard play action, hits Reyes out of the backfield, drops the biscuit into the basket. That's a tutty, 13-7. To the second quarter we go, and it's going to be Drake again, looking out of the gun, finding Jaquarius Hardman in the slant route. Yeah, money, 21-7 at that point. What's the final? 47-21, Yeomen, they get the win.
Now, if Rockdale loses, Academy can lock up a playoff spot with a win over McGregor, and it's 7-0 first quarter. Academy's Case Mraz takes the snap, keeps it himself, runs it straight in for a Bees touchdown. 14-0. It's second quarter, but they want more. Mraz flips it to Scout Brazel as he tries to sneak around the back, but he's taken down at the half-yard line. Still 14-0. Mraz hands it off to Clayton Lawson, and it's another Bumblebee touchdown, 21-0. Can the Bulldogs get on the board? Bubba Zacharias hands it off to Sebastian Torres. He takes it from the 50 all the way for a McGregor touchdown, books it to the house. It's 21-7 going into the half.
35-14 Academy.
Final.
I did actually hear maybe Academy has to beat Rockdale to clinch next week.
Yes,
So,
just a little bit of a rumor.
Yeah, just that my math might not be right there. Let's talk 2A. Bosqueville visiting Crawford tonight, and Nicole, you got to see this heated rivalry.
Yeah, it was a heated rivalry. Here we go. He takes the snap. They came out hot right from the get-go. Cade Smith takes it. He shovel passes it to Cameron Walker, who hugs the left sideline, takes it all the way to the house. They keep the momentum going. Bulldogs QB Newt Shornock takes it. It is picked off. There he goes, running all the way to the state capitol building for a huge Crawford 6. Pirates continue the shutout, 41-0. But the Bulldogs wake up a little bit. Receiver Demarius Stewart receives the kick, takes off straight towards the end zone, books it down the sideline. Mom said it's dinner time, and he's booking it down for supper. But he's taken down by Cash Bolgiano, just short of the end zone. Pirates close the half, 41-0. Final score, Crawford all the way, 59-6.
That's one of those Georgia jokes for you. Marlin visiting Bruceville Eddy tonight. Bulldogs looking for just their second road win this season. Marlin starts the game off strong. It's Desmond Woodson Jr., the QB, giving the handoff to Jeffrey Mims. That's a touchdown. The arms are up. That means 6 points are on the board after the defense stopped the Bruceville Eddy attack. They go back on their own attack here. The quick pitch to Mario Hopwood. Woo. Finds a hole, says, "Get off me, bro." That's a touchdown. The Eagles defense, no answer for the overpowering Bulldog offense. Next offensive possession for Marlin. They go to Ty Bell, and it's an easier touchdown than anything we've shown you to this point. Final score in this one, all Marlin, all night, 54-0 is your final. Holland's home game tonight against Hearn moved to tomorrow at 3 p.m. due to a shortage of referees. Yeah, that's going to be a theme in the coming weeks.
Now let's talk private schools. Bishop Riker hosting Tyler Bishop Gorman tonight, and it was senior night as well for the Cougars, trying to send the seniors home on a high note. Quarterback Braden Gollier drops back, looks over the middle, his favorite target, Tyler Ward, catches that, a tutty, Cougars' first score. But they end up just how they drew it up, of course. You know, Bishop Gorman. Oh, look at that little pray thing they got going on. Bishop Gorman blocks the kick. Jay Starling comes up with it. He's going to scoot it into the end zone. That guy has got some wheels. That's 2 points. It's 8-zip Riker early.
Just like they drew it up.
It is. And the Crusaders would answer back, though. Running back Andre Williams with some tough running at the end of the first quarter. Picks up 30 on this run right here. And later on in the drive, it's William from 15 yards out. There you go. Yeah, he runs it in. That makes it 8-7. And the Crusaders would then go on to win it 30-29. Close final score. Tough senior night for the Cougars.
All right, time now for our Gridiron Player of the Week award, which this week heads to one of the most unbelievably dominant performances that I've seen in 5 years in all of Texas last week.
So Coy Klisch West scored in every phase of the game, sparking a massive 89-0 win for the Trojans as they push toward another district title.
Like this is finally happening. So it was just exciting.
Coy Klisch and the entire West Trojan squad had a Friday night game they will never forget.
I played my best game, but everybody else out there played their best game too, so I'd say it's a team effort more than anything.
One kick return for a touchdown, a blocked punt, 3 more touchdowns, 9 tackles. Coy did it all. But one run looked like he was going all the way to the state capitol building.
I told him, it's about time he does start getting loose and doing some things like that. And we know he has the ability, and we know he has the talent in him. He just hadn't quite had the opportunity to do some of those things yet.
But the best play of them all, a pick 6 for the grand finale.
When he threw it and I tipped it, I looked up and the ball was in my hands, and I was like, oh crap. I was just excited, And I remember running with my buddy Zane Harper down the sideline, and he was yelling, and it was a fun experience.
Friday night was his opportunity, and he took full advantage. But it was a team effort that put 89 points on the board.
Yeah, that was definitely the most points we ever scored. It was just one thing after another. Things were coming easy.
Touchdown after touchdown from all sides of the ball.
Everything just went right for us, and we scored, special teams, defensively, offensively, and it was one of those nights where things just go the way they went.
After playing on the JV team last year, the sophomore finally took advantage of his moment to shine.
We knew he was going to have to be one of those guys that stepped up for us to have a good year, and it's getting to the point where he has, and we're looking forward to more exciting things from him as the season goes on.
I mean, what a game, 89-0, that's pretty incredible.
The last performance I saw that was that dominant was Mart beat Axtell in its last year in 2A Division I, 91-7. So our player of the week came from that game too. It's just an unbelievable performance. As a friend of mine used to say, do you know how hard it is to not be bad?
What a line.
What a line.
I'm going to pocket that one.
What a performance from Coy Klisch. Area scores, we start in Class 5A tonight. It's Shoemaker all over Cleburne, 56-3. Ellison staying right there in that 5th spot, ready to pounce. 27-9 winners over Granbury.
Then we got Lake Belton, Midlothian. Oh my gosh, so close. Midlothian takes this one 39-37. Leander University runs away with this one 21-6.
That one's important.
Final.
The playoff bound University Trojans for the first time in 13
Write that down,
years.
folks.
La Vega 27, Alvarado 14, and it's Davenport all over Lampasas 55-34.
Madisonville takes this one 38-19. Final.
All right, it's West over Grandview tonight. I think that's 3 in a row over the Zebras, 38-21. Yes, it's the Zebras. Come at me. 63-28, Whitney over Maypearl tonight.
Bulldogs, Mejia Black Cats. Mejia runs away with this one 42-12. Teague Groesbeck, that was a close matchup. 21-17, Teague takes this one.
That one shocked me a little bit. Rogers edges Buffalo on the road, and it's Lexington all over Clifton tonight in District 13, 382.
Moody Riesel, we got a shutout here. Riesel 42-zip final. Rosebud Lot, Valley Mills 31-14. Rosebud takes it.
Rosebud Lot might finish third, and a dangerous third in that district. Thorndale all over their rivals from down the road in Thrall, 46-14. And it's Mart all over Wortham in a first place showdown, 47-22.
Bartlett, Iola 38 final for Iola, and Granger Chilton. Chilton runs away with this one 34-19.
Guys, I'm telling you, this Chilton team's going to the semis.
You've said
that
it.
Was my that was my bold pick.
It was.
How about the top-ranked team in 1A Division I, the Abbott Panthers, 48-0, the Fightin' Willie Nelsons over the Coolidge Yellow Jackets, and it's Aquila all over Penelope 70-24.
Buckholz, Calvert, we got a lot of shutouts tonight. 48-0 final. Calvert takes that one.
And no score reported for Oglesby and Dimebox as we move to private schools. It's Shiner St. Paul, who's won I don't know how many state championships over CTCS 37-10. Live Oak takes down Holy Trinity 73-38.
Rockwall Eagle Christian, another shutout. 55-0 runs away with that one.
How about Bryce Frazier's club?
What's going on with Austin Hill Vanguard 2-0 final?
Was that a forfeit?
I don't know what's going on there. 2-0.
We're going to try and look into that one, folks. That's an odd one for us. All right, let's move it on. Let's get to big picture, and let's bring Matt Lively back into the fold. And Matt, okay, we're going to focus on District 12-6A because not a lot else was determined in the area playoff race tonight. Lake Belton is going to finish second in that district with the tiebreaker over Red Oak after the loss to Midlothian. You look at 5A Division II, Belton University is going to be in Week 11. That's going to be an impactful matchup that we already are watching as a potential game of the week. And then you look at 4A. China Spring essentially locks up the 1 seed in District 5 4A D1. Looks like Connolly won the district title tonight, at least on paper, in 11 4A D2 and 11 3A D1. It's going to come down to Cameron Yo and Franklin in the next 2 weeks. So let's focus on 12 6A. And which one of these teams, and I'm going to ask both of you, and I'm going to chime in, and I'll start, is more equipped for a deeper run in the playoffs should they go Division II? I ask that question because the enrollment numbers are wacky in District 12-6A. There is a situation where Temple drops to Division II. And you see what happened in 2020 with the Katy Tigers. Katy drops to Division II that year, makes a run, wins the state championship, and in Division I can't get past Galena Park North Shore. Move that over to the Temple district. Temple's the 4th largest school in the district and could go Division I if the season ended today. I think, though, Harker Heights might be more equipped for a deeper run in Division II than Temple would be. And again, it comes back to if your stars are your linebackers and your receivers, you just key in on those receivers and force them to throw the ball elsewhere.
Yep.
And then you just don't run at that linebacker.
I agree with that.
Matt?
Yeah, Matt, what do you think?
I hear you with Heights. You could make a case for Temple as well, though. You say they're the 4th biggest team in that district or school in that district. And the fact that Temple is the only high school in Temple ISD, they're going to have that pooled talent already sitting there. So they're fine. I would make a case for Temple in that case.
Nicole?
I got to go with Heights on this one. I will say one thing, just from watching the game tonight, it seems like Heights has the sort of zeal to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, even from behind. And I think that's going to be key to have those deep runs.
So based on tonight's results, assuming that Temple and Harker Heights do stay consistent in what they do, Temple goes into its bye week next week. It closes the season in Week 11. I don't know that Temple has played Copper's Cove yet.
No, they played, no, I don't think so.
Okay, so that I believe is who they will close with. That's just coming from memory. I could be totally wrong on that. But it looks like, based on the way this district
They've not played Copper's Cove.
Okay. So based on the way this district is shaping out right now, guys, Midway and Bryan both have to make the playoffs for Temple to drop to Division II because even though Hutto is mathematically still in the equation here, I don't think the Hippos are realistically going to make the playoffs. They did eliminate Copper's Cove tonight, but do we see a war? Because with Midway losing tonight to Bryan, the Panthers drop from a tie for 3rd to 5th on the outside looking in. Do we see, I don't know if Matt can't hear me. So Temple's likely going to have to play on a neutral as the one seed.
You cut out, sorry, you cut out.
You're fine. Temple may play on a neutral in the first round, but it looks right now like they'll be playing Waxahachie for the third year in a row, this time in Division in Division I in the playoffs. What do we make of Temple if they have to go the Division I route where teams like Galena Park, North Shore live, Lake Travis live, and Duncanville live? Nicole?
I mean, this is where I struggle a little bit because Temple had a hard time with a team like Hutto last week, right? So, and then tonight, they're not getting the points on the board, at least tonight, that I thought they were going to be capable of. When Matt, when we were keeping up at that score, I was shocked by the low-scoring game that we saw tonight. So it makes me a little nervous to go up against those powerhouse teams like that. However, Temple's stacked with talent. Torian York, we know, he's incredible out there. Baylor commit. They have the players on their team to get the job done. I'm just not sure if they're at that point yet where they thought they were going to be so far this season at least.
That's fair, and Scott Stewart said the same thing to Matt tonight. Matt, you?
Yeah, I totally agree. Nicole makes great points with everything, and as you said, Stewart told me that tonight. The way that they struggled against Harker Heights, the way that we kind of sort of saw them struggle against Hutto, D2 is the route for them. They want to be D2, and it doesn't look positive right now for them.
No, because I don't know that Midway gets in at this point. Not with the season finale at Weiss next week. The computers have it as a 30-point game in Weiss's favor. By the way, right now it's looking like Harker Heights will host either Mansfield or Mansfield Lake Ridge in round one. Let's talk Baylor real quick to end the show. One big key for tomorrow for me, wrap up, tackle Jason Bean, and you're fine. Nicole.
All right, Kansas averages, 40 points a game? The defense has to be lights out. That's the key for Baylor.
Yeah. Matt?
Short-term memory loss. Forget West Virginia. Forget Oklahoma State. You got to focus on this week. Start the season fresh.
Absolutely.
And I ran into Justin Johnson and Dallas Baker in Lorena tonight, and they're both very energetic and very optimistic about tomorrow, so only time will tell.
And homecoming?
Homecoming day as well. Matt Lively, I'll see you at the stadium, my friend. If you see Nicole at UMHB, she likes popcorn.
I love popcorn.
That's it for week 9 of Friday Night Lights for Nicole Shearer, Matt Lively, producer Ethan Clark, Ryan Fite, Rob Kelso, Michael Graham, Johnny Gonzalez, and all of us working the late shift here at 6 News. I say so long. We'll see you next week under the lights.